All right. Shalom, Akim. Just want to start off by giving all praises and glory to you. How about Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Hashem, Rakadash, the honors to the apostles and the millstone who ran teach well. Peace and blessings to Akim, peace and his true Shalom. Now I got a lesson here going into how Jake, which is which stands for Jacob, the and and which was translated to Israel, back in Genesis. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna just get this article, and then I'm gonna read some precepts. All right, so let me go ahead and get this article. It says Britain tightens travel restrictions with hotel quarantine and prison threat. All right, I'm reading one more time. It says prison. It says Britain tightens travel restrictions with hotel quarantine and prison threat. So and that's telling you right there that that's going back to, and Lord, I'm gonna get this quick precept. Second Ezra 15:17. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right. So a man is going. A man, woman. A man, woman. Whoever. Whoever. Well, a man, woman. Wants to travel. You know, a man, woman wants to travel, but they won't be able to because of the lockdown restrictions. And this is what's going to happen to the U.S. as well. They're going to start. They're going to. And there may be talks about it right now, but I'll have to do more research on it. But a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So they're cracking down on it right now as we speak. That way, a man shall not go into a city. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right. In number verse 18 as well, it says, For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. I'm reading one more time. It says, verse 18, it says, For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So Yahweh Shemashah is going to put these plagues upon Babylon the Great, which is America, spoken of in the Bible. Right. So let's get some of this article. It says Britain will require passengers arriving from countries where worrying coronavirus variants are spreading to pay for 10 days of quarantine in hotels, while rule breakers will face heavy fines or jail terms under tighter restrictions from next week. All right. So they're gonna higher the restriction rate, or higher the restriction policy. All right. It says the new travel rules add to restrictions that already ban travel abroad for holidays. Right. So they're basically shutting down Babylon the Great. Well, they shutting down Babylon. All right. Since the government said the stronger measures were needed to prevent new variants of the virus from thwarting Britain's rapid vaccination program. Airlines and travel companies called for more government aid, saying the new rules would deepen a crisis that has seen them lose nearly all their revenue. All right. So that's it on the article. I'm gonna get some scriptures, but yeah, they're cracking down on Babylon the Great, and I'm gonna get Isaiah 1 and starting at verse 2. All right, it says Isaiah 1 and starting at verse 2. It says, "Hear, O heavens, speaking to the children of Israel." And it says, "And give ear, O earth, speaking to the children of Israel as well." It says, "For the Lord has spoken; I have nourished and brought up children and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master." Verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider. Okay. So our people don't consider the plagues, pestilences, the disease, which are the diseases, upon that's creeping up on Babylon the Great, which is already here, you know. But second let's get Isaiah 52. And this lesson is going into basically, waking up, you know, also waking up, also waking up to what to who we are, all right? Well, not who we are, but choosing life, because the ways of America aren't the way, all right? But the ways of Babylon aren't the way, all right? Babylon the Great, which is Babylon the Great, which is America, all right? It says, "Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion." Okay, okay. So it's talking about your mind. You gotta those unloose those bands. Unlock those spiritual, or unlock the basically, like, come out of Babylon. Basically come out of Babylon the Great. Which is America. All right, and don't listen to, and don't hearken unto the ways of Babylon the Great, which is it starts with Esau, Edom, because they going back to Job 9:24, uh, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, right? So, it says, "Forsake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion." And the captive daughter of Zion, that's talking about the children of Israel, starting with the men here at Great Millstone, starting with the 144,000, and trickling on down to the 1/3, right? And this is second. I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." All right, so you know, we have to hear the conclusion of the whole matter. All right, which is fearing Yahweh and keeping his commandments. Which is obeying him and fearing him. And walking in his ways, walking his laws, his commandments, keep the laws, his commandments to the best of our ability. All right, and teaching his word and going out and doing the work. You know, compelling our people to come back. You know, compelling our people on the streets to come back to the Lord. All right, and I'm gonna get Isaiah, or I'm gonna get Second Ezra real quick, and this will be my last precept if I don't have anything else. Second Ezra 57. It says, "Then he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight." So, like, I'm gonna take this off. I'll highlight this. All right. It says, then answer he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life and this is the point right here. This is Second Ezra 15 and 59 in the Apocrypha. It says, For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life that thou mayest live. All right. So, all right. In what it's talking about here is going back to when Moses was speaking to the children of Israel. Telling them, crying aloud, sparing not, and telling them to come back and choose life. All right, that thou mayest live. All right. Because you know, uh, you know, Babylon is getting thrown down. All right, by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in the prophets. All right. All right. So with that, I just want to give all praises. It was just a quick lesson. I just want to bring that out. All right. And this is a quick, just a quick lesson, but I just want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and Israel Millstone who are in teach well. Peace and blessings to the Akim Puss and the True Shalom.